face-to-face education to digital education. Today there is a big reform in the field of education all over the world, and this reform is really huge and it affects the whole world. In order to understand this reform, I want to show you some pictures of the process of education. Let's first look at the first picture. In the past, people wrote or draw pictures on the wall, and after some time, after centuries, the classrooms start to be like this one. You can see there are students here, and they get educations from their teachers, but you cannot see any girls here because at first the girls couldn't have the opportunity of educations. Centuries later, the classrooms started to be like this. Here we can see girls also and boys. And there are boards in the classroom and the students can participate in classes actively. And this is the digital education of today's educations. The students can get education out of the classroom, they can get education out of the school, they get educations from online, there are some applications like Zoom, EBA, etc. They can learn anything, anywhere in the world. In order to talk about education, we need to talk about technology because we cannot separate technology from education. So let's look at the cars. At first the cars were like this and it changed in the process. It changed like this and this is today's car, and today even we have self-driving cars. We don't need drivers to drive cars. The technology changed like this. It was really so big. And we can see the process of televisions. At first televisions were big and then they start to get thinner. But you can see the people, technology affects also people's lives, people's health, education, etc. At first people were thinner, and now because they get unhealthy foods because of the technology, etc., they get fatter and they eat unhealthy foods. And we can see the process of computers. First, the invention of computers, we used typewriters, and then the process worked like this, changed like this, and now we have some kind of computers like this. And you can see here the first computers, and today's it's not computers but it's tablets. We use these tablets more than computers today. And this is the process of telephones. At first we have push button telephones and they weren't mobile. We just used them at home or at offices. But then it changed to touch phone telephones. And now we use these phones everywhere. They are mobile. We can use whenever we need them. And this was the technology, the process of technology. And let's look at the learning process. This picture was drawn in the 1910s. What did the future of learning look like 100 years ago? The painter drew these pictures that he imagines 100 years later. But of course, the process is not like this. It is not what happened. There are books here, they enter the machines and the students get education, get information automatically. This didn't happen, but instead of that, this happened. You can see here the students take pictures of informations. They don't take notes or they don't write it. But we can see a similarity between these pictures. The way we learn information, the way we store information is changing a lot. And in the past people get education or they learn things through their own experiences. After some time, two old inventions came into our lives. One of them is writing and the other is books. After these inventions, people started to share information to each other. And we came to today's technology, as digital technology. As we said before, we can learn better, we can share information, we can store information better, and We can learn it anywhere we want in the world. And this is our today's school, our today's classrooms. The students have some online devices such as tablets, etc. They can learn in the classroom, they can learn out of the classroom. They can share it whenever they want. And in 1980s, Stuart Grant said that information wants to be free. Today we can say that information is free because people can learn it freely, they can share it freely, and there is a huge information in the world. And for a few years ago, there was corona pandemic, and at that time, the education changed a lot. And from here, our students Ilon and Demir will talk about it.
Education in corona pandemic. In corona pandemic, we had so many difficulties, and we couldn't go to school. We needed some devices such as computer, tablets, iPad, etc. But we have application in Turkish about bilişim and thanks to this application we could process our study well, and we have really benefit education. And as we know that every coin has two sides, so does online education. First, advantages of online education, and first of all, we could process our courses more fun, more enjoyable, and as we know, so many students couldn't go to school, so there is no limit of age in online education, so every student can participate in online education, and these are the advantages of online education. And I want to talk about disadvantages of online education. One of the disadvantages is that security is a problem for this. We can't reach any kind of application, so we have problem of security. And another one, we couldn't see each other. We have distance from each other, from my friend, from my teacher. This is another disadvantages. And another big disadvantages is connection. We have problems with connection, and this interrupt our lessons, and this is another disadvantages. And my own experiences, I had difficulties of connection, of course, and this interrupt my lessons, and I couldn't see my friends, and but we know that every kind of education has benefits, and if we want to, we can reach any kind of education,